Do you feel any empathy for Brian Thompson and his family?
I have infinite empathy for any individual as a person in their personal capacity. As his role as the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, I'm afraid I'm with the overwhelming majority, bipartisan majority of the American people who say, I'm saving my empathy for people who are much more vulnerable, and have caused a lot less harm.
Right. So to be clear, you don't have any empathy for him after he was executed.
I personally don't.
Right. Okay. Well, at least you're honest.
want to move on to the US, where 26-year-old Luigi Maggioni has been arrested in relation to the alleged murder of UnitedHealthcare's CEO Brian Thompson. Now, if the shooting of Thompson in broad daylight wasn't shocking enough, reaction to the murder has been quite unbelievable. Social media has been swamped with people cheering for Thompson's murder and lionising the alleged killer for taking out a supposed billionaire. And the Pennsylvania McDonald's, where the alleged killer was arrested, has been bombarded with negative reviews online. People have called the staff who reported the shooter to police rats and snitches. And to no one's surprise, students at Sydney's top universities have now decided to politicise the assassination. One student wrote, and this has gone viral, "All billionaires are parasites and we need to get rid of them." David, does this not just show exactly what's wrong with the world at the moment? I mean, this response just floors me.
Socialists don't take their masks off very often, but when they do, you get to see that they're basically following an inherently violent ideology. Unlike libertarian ideas, socialism is inherently violent. And this is why these people always need to tell everyone about what good people they are. They wear their badges and pins and constantly virtue signalling. They need to tell people that they're good, because normal people that are good, you don't need to tell other people that you're a good person. They're inherently violent, and we need to call this out more often, because it's not just this. There's many other things where they sort of feel more empowered and more emboldened to act in ways that are really violent and destructive, and we need to call it out and put a stop to it.
Yeah, exactly. These same people saying, we need to get rid of all billionaires, kill them, are the same people who also preach tolerance and love and coming together. Christy, if the CEO of the health fund was a black woman, do you think they'd be as excited about the murder?
That's a very interesting point, James. No, I think they would probably find a way to celebrate that in a different way. But this is a disgraceful indictment of what society's become, what young people have become in terms of what's driving the clickbait to continually show these comments that they're making, and to give them airtime and to give them a presence so they can grow their movement. The police will tell you that leads to sparking copycat incidents, and I'm sure there's a lot of CEOs out there running equivalent companies that would be pretty scared around this sort of momentum of that messaging.
I want to ask you, Christy, because you've spoken a lot about the problems we've got with our universities. There's the Socialist Alternative at Sydney University, I think it is, and they've got posters around Newtown at the moment showing the face of the CEO who was murdered in cold blood with the caption, "Abolish the billionaires." I might point out, by the way, that the man who was murdered was not anywhere near a billionaire. But I mean, what do universities do about students who are propagating this sort of stuff? I mean, first it was the pro-Palestinian stuff. Now we're on to get rid of billionaires, and we're cheering for the murder of a father of kids. Yeah, he was wealthy, but I mean, that's not a crime. And I note that the students who are raging against billionaires are using devices that were created by billionaires. What do universities do about students who are saying these sorts of things? Or is this just one of the things that universities have to accept?
Well, universities don't have to accept it, James, because encampments and the blurring of the line in terms of what's appropriate behaviour and what's appropriate public commentary on campus doesn't happen outside G8 universities. Now, to my knowledge, there aren't these issues at James Cook University in Townsville, at Victoria University in Ballarat, at Edith Cowan University in Bunbury. It really is concentrated at our top tier, most expensive, most prestigious universities, particularly Melbourne and Sydney. And what does that say about the standard of what those chancellors were too slow in setting what they would stand for, right from October 7th to this? It's an accumulative effect.
Yeah, great point. Great point.